Welcome to the review of our Unit 2, Lesson 1. We're going to start talking about heart rate. So we talked about our resting heart rate. That is 100 to 60 beats per minute. That is the heart rate taken when you're sitting or in a resting state. If you have a lower resting heart rate, that means you have a better cardio fitness or cardiovascular health. A higher resting heart rate means that there could be other health complications, or you have lower or poor cardiovascular health. When looking at other heart rates, we also have our maximum heart rate. Our maximum heart rate is going to be calculated by taking 220 beats per minute minus your age. So for me, for example, I am 22 years old, so I'm going to subtract that, and my maximum heart rate would be 198 beats per minute. Then there's your target heart rate. Your target heart rate is a range between 60% to 85% of your maximum. So you're going to use your maximum, which mine was 198, and I'm going to take 60% of that, which is 119, and then 85%, which is 168, which that is my target heart rate zone then. So this is at moderate to vigorous activity, which is going to help improve your overall cardiovascular health. Now, when you're taking heart rate, you can take it using a bunch of different things like watches, but you also can do it manually. So you can find underneath your neck or in your wrist. And when you do this, you should count for 10 seconds how many beats you feel and then multiply that. Now we're going to compare aerobic training to anaerobic training. So we already talked about some of these aerobic and anaerobic properties. We said aerobic meant with oxygen and without. So same thing, aerobic training needs oxygen to energize the muscles or energize the contractions. When doing this would be considered things like conditioning activities or conditioning training. Now, anaerobic is without oxygen, so you do not need oxygen to energize the muscles or those contractions of the muscles. It is considered things that are short-winded or short-timed, such as like sprints or jumping exercises, things that use those explosive movements, kind of like how we talked about our fast twitch fibers. So with that stuff in mind, now we're going to talk about different ways you can train to improve your cardiovascular fitness. So there's a steady state training, and then there's also interval training. So these two are both skills or types of training that you can use to improve your cardiovascular health. Steady state training is longer duration things, so it's moderate cardiovascular activities such as running or biking or walking, and that has to be for 20 or more minutes, so 20 plus minutes. So if you do an activity for 20 minutes, it's considered steady state training. That would be a cardiovascular training exercise, so it's a longer duration. Like I said, that would be like going for a walk for 30 minutes or going for a hike, things like that. That's a cardiovascular endurance exercise for more than 30 minutes at a moderate training level. Interval training is going like fast or hard at an activity, so giving it more of your energy for shorter periods of time. So, for example, it's a repetitive movement, so we're going to do things like 10 squats. So you do 10 squats fast, and you might add weight to those. And then you'll do 5 push-ups. So if you do 5 fast push-ups, then you take a quick short rest. This would be no more than like 30 seconds in this stage. Then you go back to the top and you restart. So that would be interval. It's kind of like a circuit or repetitive movements. Now, these are both great for improving your cardiovascular fitness, but there's also a combination one. We refer to this as mixed steady state and interval, so we're mixing both of those together. This creates great opportunity for the most improvement in your cardiovascular health. So this would be like taking one day to focus on steady state, so maybe you have a cardio focused day in your workout week, and then also including interval training throughout your week. So maybe your first day you do cardio training, and then maybe the next day you would go and do more of an interval hit type of workout where you're doing fast and hard training. This is super helpful because it taps into both your fast twitch and slow twitch muscle fibers. So these are kind of the main points that you should get throughout the lesson 1 of Unit 2. If you have any more questions, please come up and ask us. Please complete the check-in here then to make sure that you got the information you needed from this video.